Welcome to Trout Talk right here at Saga 960 AM. This is episode 5, season 3, and we are the official podcast of the Brampton Steelheads. My name is Mike Karafilids, your voice on the road for the Steelheads, and your voice at home. My man, my friend, my compadre, Brendan Lang, with me as always. And we have a great show lined up for you today. But first, Brendan, how are you doing? How are things?
I'm doing well, Mikey. Glad to be here. Good to have this season getting started here pretty soon. You know, the summer winding down. The weather actually is still pretty warm. Surprisingly, it hasn't really cooled down that much. I was kind of looking forward to fall, and then it was right back up, and we're getting the warm weather again. But you know what? That's all right. Still get out, still golfing in September, so I can't complain. Probably into October. So yeah, things are going well. Still watching the Jays, still locked in on that. They're getting close to possibly winning the division. That would be a great sight to see. So yeah, it's been a great summer of baseball, and looking forward to the fall of baseball as well.
Oh, I think fall baseball's coming. I mean, 5 games in front of the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
And I think Buck Martinez was bang on saying the Yankees they aren't a good team.
That was so funny.
But no, you know what? The Jays are doing well. The Browns are 0-2, and the Bills are 2-0. So
That's right.
there
And
you
they
go.
got a game tomorrow at the time of recording this.
Yes.
Thursday night football against the Miami Dolphins.
Who they play?
So,
is it Miami?
I do believe so. Yes.
Oh, I feel sorry for Miami.
Let me just make sure I'm right on that. I'm 99% sure.
Yeah,
right.
I believe. Yeah, I know. But if they're playing Miami, boy, oh boy, are they in trouble?
Yes,
they got some real issues over there.
In Buffalo as well. So that's.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah, that should be a good one if you're a Bills fan.
I feel sorry. If you're a Bills fan, I feel sorry for Miami tomorrow. Oh my goodness. But, yeah, no, that's good. Things are well. Hockey season starting. Of course, Steelheads regular season starting. Brendan, wow, preseason the Steelheads went 4-2 in the preseason, so that's pretty good. And I tell you, one thing that I was impressed with out of the top 4 scorers in the OHL preseason, I know a lot of people say, well, it's preseason, this and that. Well, you know what? Preseason's preseason. You're playing hockey. So, Julian D'Amelio, it was second in scoring with 10 points. And our guest, Kieran Witkowski, who we'll talk to in a minute, had 9 points. He was 4th in the OHL in scoring with 9 points, as I said. But big things coming, in my opinion, from Kieran Witkowski coming this year.
Yeah, 100%. I'm looking forward to talking to him here in a moment. But it's gonna be a bigger role for him. When we talked to James Richmond a few weeks ago, that was a name that he mentioned. Him, Gabe Sherratt, like they're going to be moved up the lineup here, and they're going to be relied upon. So yeah, I think it's a huge opportunity for him, and possibly we can talk to him. He didn't get picked in the NHL draft this year, so possibly there's some of that in the back of his mind too. But yeah, I think it's a big opportunity for him, and I think I don't know. I think it's going to be a good year for him. I really do.
Some guys in NHL camps too, Brendan.
Yeah.
We talked about Luke Dragusica, who actually just got returned from Buffalo. He was in Buffalo's training camp. Parker Von Richter just got returned from Edmonton training camp. Gabe Sherratt, he will be in training camp for the Vancouver Canucks. He made the cut, as I guess you could say. As well as, I'm not sure what the status is with Mason Zabeski in Ottawa. I'm pretty sure he was there on an amateur tryout basis, but we'll see if he's going to be in the lineup as well. But two pretty tough games coming up. But Steelheads are going to be playing Peterborough, and then they'll be playing Niagara. Those games will be done, but obviously by the end of this, when this podcast is done. But I think the Steelheads got a good shot at both these games.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I feel like it's so hard to tell. I mean, preseason, you don't really know exactly who's going to come out and who's going to be good and who's maybe not going to be so good. So it's going to be the first test, and really looking forward to seeing what they have, because everything that we've heard out of the players, coaches that we've talked to, it's going to be a physical game. There's going to be some high intensity. Like that's kind of the way that they're going to play. And we know that teams play with quite a bit of success under James Richmond when they play to that type of style. So yeah, going to see how it looks with all the new players when we get going here Thursday and then Friday.
And just a reminder, you can catch every home and away game here at Saga 960 AM. Myself, Brendan Lang, and Zach Bonestee will have We'll have the calls for you home and away. So we're looking forward to it. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our guest, Kieran Witkowski, right after the break, right here in Saga 960 AM. I'd like to welcome in Kieran Witkowski, third-year forward with the Brampton Steelheads. There he is, Kieran
Hey guys,
Witkowski. How you doing?
I'm good, guys. How are you doing? Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thank you
Doing
for
well.
coming on, my friend.
Of
You're
course, my
looking pretty
pleasure.
good. First question, why is it black and white?
I don't
Your
know. I
screen.
think there's something wrong with my camera. I'm not sure what's going on, but
It's a little bit of color in there, but it's
Not
bright
right, yeah.
outside too. So I don't know. I got an older computer, so I guess the
That's
color's
cool. That's
not
cool.
coming out right now. But
It's all right,
hopefully
yeah, man. It's like
Are you running-
1923 back there. I don't know.
are you running those like old school webcams where you put it on top of the desktop, or
I don't know. I tried to like rub my my screen here, but I guess it's not working for me. So hopefully this will be all right.
no, it's all good.
All right, Brendan, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, all right. So you know what? We're getting close to the season here. At the time of recording this, we're a day away. Seems like the summer went by pretty fast. The off season went by quickly. Now we're back into it. How's your summer been, and how much are you looking forward to getting this thing going?
Yeah, my summer was good. It was pretty busy, but I had some fun, worked hard. But yeah, it's really good to get back into it, and I'm really looking forward to obviously tomorrow night and getting the season rolling. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, all right. So, what have you been working? I mean, last time we talked, you said you were working on getting faster.
Yeah.
You were already like really Speedy Gonzalez. How much faster can you get? Like, what did you do to, like, what kind of other work did you do to get faster?
Well,
And what other work did you do in the off season?
The biggest thing for me was in order to get faster, I kind of had to get stronger. So I was really pushing myself in the gym a lot this year, like 5-6 times a week. I was in the gym really working on it. And this summer I wasn't on the ice as much as previous summers where I kind of wanted to focus on maintaining my body and getting my weight up a bit so I could be a little stronger. And I feel like the results have paid off. Obviously, I worked with my skating coach, Don Braid, 3 times a week. But yeah, it's kind of staying off the ice and just really focusing on getting my body right was the main focus this summer.
And you said you weren't on the ice as much this offseason. Did it take maybe a little bit longer to ramp up in training camp than it had in the past, or just because you were doing so much work off the ice, was it kind of similar?
It was kind of similar for me, though. At the beginning of the summer, it was kind of like staying away from the ice and just like focusing on working out, obviously enjoying all the other aspects of summer. And then kind of when late July, August rolled around, it was really time to ramp down on getting on the ice, making sure I'm fine-tuning all the things that I want fine-tuned, obviously, for training camp. And yeah, I feel like it was a good switch around where in previous years I'd be on the ice kind of 4 or 5 times a week, where this summer it was kind of like either two or 3 times, which it was nice, obviously, and it also made me miss the game a lot more and make me really like excited to get back. So obviously, I liked the training regimen I had this summer. So yeah, I'm glad it worked out well.
All right. So you're a veteran on this team. You know, your third year on the Brampton Steelheads, well, Mississauga, Brampton Steelheads, whatever. So you're probably going to have more ice time this year, most likely. So what are you pumped up for that? Like, talk about, your expanded role. Have the coaches ever talked to you about having an expanded role this year?
Well, not really. It's kind of the same kind of basis every year. Like I have to prove myself in order to earn my ice, as it's the case for every single guy on the team. Obviously, my first 2 years in the league, we had a really older team where it was harder for me as a younger guy to kind of set my prominent role for the team. But obviously this year with a lot more younger guys coming in and me obviously going into my third year, I feel like it's a good time for me to really elevate my game and kind of get a lot more ice and kind of be a mentor for the younger guys who are coming in and kind of showing them the ropes and what to do, what not to do. And just, I feel like this summer I've worked really hard and hopefully I can earn that ice time that I've been hoping for. And yeah, I've been preparing myself for what's to come. So let's hope I have a prominent role for the Steelheads this year and everyone can see that.
How different has it been for you? I mean, you just kind of said it there. Like you were more of a younger guy coming into an older team. Now it's kind of flipped a little bit. You're a bit of the older guy with younger players coming in. So what does that feel like? And how much did you take from the guys that, you learned from when you first came up and now applying it to this team at this point?
Yeah, obviously it's been a lot different because the change in the summer is insane. Whereas last year I still felt like I think I was one of the top 3 youngest guys on the team, and going into this year where I'm more of a veteran player, it's a bit it's pretty crazy as now guys kind of look to me for mentorship, which I appreciate it, and obviously I'm going to help out all our younger guys no matter what. But yeah, like obviously my rookie year, Chaz Sharp was a big guy for me, and then last year obviously Porter, Carson, even Connor Smith after deadline, those guys were really big and key to my development. So obviously, I'm going to take all those things that those guys have taught me over the years and kind of embrace it and tell all our new guys what's to expect, how to really prepare, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm excited for it. So we'll see what's to come.
It's funny, you talk about, being a younger team or whatnot. It seems like to me, you guys got a lot of said like 60s, 16-year-olds, you got 17-year-olds, you got a good mix, like compared to some other teams where they have a lot of 16, 17-year-olds. There's a lot of there's some 18-year-olds, or some 19-year-olds, or some 17-year-olds. I think there's a really good mix with this team. So talk about the chemistry with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I think off the top of my head, we have 10 first-year guys coming into the team. So it's been a
Right.
big change. And obviously, it's exciting, though, because you get to learn and meet all these new guys and kind of see what they're about, what their game's about. And it's exciting, though, because you can see who your game kind of clashes with, who you would have good chemistry with. And I feel like all our new guys, like they're all great guys. They're all good hockey players. So it's exciting to see that there's going to be a lot of different line combinations. You'll see different guys, and for Steelheads fans, you'll see some new faces, which I feel like it's quite exciting. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's always talk about like the togetherness and the closeness of the team over the last few years. That's been a theme ever since you've been here. How do you kind of keep that up with all the new pieces coming into it again? Because there's just so many different faces this year.
Yeah, I feel like obviously having that experience my first 2 years, the biggest thing though is the camaraderie and always being together. Like it's always important to have meals, even though let's say it's a Wednesday night, we don't play till Friday night. Like maybe like saying, hey, let's go grab dinner as a team, like kind of getting away from the rink, but also hanging out in a group setting. I feel like it's really good to build that bond with the other guys, especially the new guys. So I feel like obviously like a big thing for me would just try to get the guys together as much as possible and just like talk it out, like learn stuff about the guys, talk about our season, what's to come. So I feel like that's a big part, and just all being buddies with each other, because my first 2 years, that was the main thing. Everyone was friends with everyone. So I'm pretty sure it'll stay the same way this year.
Yeah, always been in a close-knit group. Kieran, you had 9 points in the preseason. You're fourth in scoring in the preseason. Unbelievable. Your success when you were on the ice, you played a lot with Gabe Sherratt up on the first line. You guys really had some chemistry there. Yeah, so if you could tell me or tell us or tell the audience what was the big success for you in the preseason? What, like, was it confidence? You feel like it seems like to me you have more confidence.
Yeah, I think confidence has been the biggest part for me coming into the year. Obviously, as a 16, 17-year-old, you don't want to make some mistakes. And you kind of learn that over the years where everyone makes mistakes. So it's okay to make it as long as you're working hard. I feel like this year, especially with the puck, my confidence level has gone a lot more. I'm trying more stuff, trying to make plays. And obviously, my offensive production has increased a lot more. And I just feel like I'm out there and I'm playing more flowy, not tight. So that's the biggest thing, is a lot of guys, when you come into the league, especially at a young age, you're all tight and you're scared to make plays. But I feel like now it's more being in like a flow state and just kind of going out there, you know what's going to happen, and just trying to make plays all around the ice. So yeah.
So you say their confidence, and then you said trying to become a better skater, a faster skater, were kind of the big things coming into this year. Like, can you feel the difference out there, like from your off-season work into the start of this training?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like all aspects of my game have kind of improved, and I feel that on the ice where I'm beating guys wide, I'm making cleaner passes, obviously putting the puck in the net a lot more. I feel like all the stuff I've done over the summer, getting stronger, faster, all that sort of stuff has formed nicely into the start of this year. So I just hope it keeps going and obviously keep getting better every single day.
Do you have the draft on your mind coming up for this year? Because I thought that you got snubbed, if you ask me. I thought, and in my opinion, yeah, I really did think that you were gonna get drafted. So, with more ice time, of course, Kieran, this year coming more of a, uh, you're gonna be playing a lot more situational hockey, whatnot. Is that in the back of your mind, or or it's just
Well,
play,
obviously,
obviously. Right.
Yeah, obviously it's in everyone's mind. Kind of obviously last year was unfortunate, but for me, it's kind of just like it's something that happened and I can use as motivation throughout the year. Like 32 teams didn't pick me. It's your fault. Like come this
That's
year,
it.
you made a mistake. So
That's right.
that's kind of my mentality going into this year. Obviously, it sucked for a little bit, but you have to get past it. You can't just let it hang on you. So I've kind of used it this summer, obviously, and coming into this year's motivation to really prove a lot of teams wrong. So yeah.
And of course, you're going to use that as personal motivation and as the team aspect. What can people expect from this team? Because I mean, we've said it a few times. There's quite a few new faces, so maybe a lot of guys that people haven't heard of, they haven't seen play. Just what can you kind of give us as kind of a sneak preview of what we're going to see this year?
Yeah, I feel like you're going to see a lot kind of different play style as last year. Obviously, we had a lot of top end scoring guys, obviously a lot of skilled players. And this year we have the exact same thing. But I feel like the key to this year and what JR has kind of been talking to us about and really been keen on is everyone just being a hard-nosed player, being hard to play against. And obviously we're a lot younger, but that doesn't mean we're not going to be as good. I feel like our team is going to be just as good or even better as last year, because I know that every single guy on the team will buy into the system and how we want to play as a team. And obviously we want teams to see, oh, the Steelheads are on our schedule. Like crap, like this is a hard team to play against. We're going to get banged up. We're going to bang guys up. So that's what I feel like you're going to get out of this team, like a real hard-nosed team, gritty, just gets in those corners and just mucks it up. So, yeah.
Do you guys have that underdog mentality every time you guys hit the ice?
Well, yeah. So I obviously as a team, we saw that the OHL kind of posted that we were ranked 20th, and
Complete joke.
We think it's absolutely silly, but it's also good motivation. Going back to the draft, it's good that people are doubting us because it just means we can prove more people wrong. So I'm excited to really shock a lot of people and just for other people to see like, holy crap, this team is not to be messed with. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Love it.
I also wanted to ask you about your brother being drafted by the Steelheads. How cool is that? And just the possible chance that you're going to be able to play together in the OHL.
This kid is all business, Brendan.
Yeah, it was. It's so true. But yeah, it was such a great experience for my family. Obviously, hearing his name called to the same team, and like no one expected it to, and it just kind of happened, and I'm like, holy crap. So this summer was a lot about me kind of getting him ready come camp time. And yeah, he had a great camp. It was cool to be out on the ice against him playing out. We didn't play on the same team too. So we were playing against each other, which I thought was really cool. And yeah, he had a good camp. And I just hope maybe come Christmas time or whenever he gets a couple games in just so we can kind of be on the ice together. So, but yeah, it was great. And I'm proud of him and excited to see what's next to come from him.
Now you're in with your second assistant coach. Jake Wood has now taken over the forwards. Stefan Thorne has left for other endeavors. So, what's the difference of coaching between Jake Wood working with you guys and Stefan Thorne? What does Jake Wood bring to the forward group? What is he teaching you guys?
I think they're a lot similar in many ways. Obviously, Woodsy was around our team last year too in a development role, so we were all very familiar with him, which a lot of the returning guys were kind of glad with because obviously he's a great hockey mind. He knows a lot of his stuff. He's a very smart guy. So it was kind of good knowing going into the year that he's going to be there for us. And it was obviously very exciting for me. Obviously, Thorny was very good for my development, and I'm happy that he's moving on, and I'm proud of him. But yeah, Woodsy, he's going to be really keen for our forwards this year because obviously we have a lot of new guys, but obviously he was a heck of a player. He knows his stuff, and he's a hard-on guy. Like, he'll tell you, like, when you're not on your game, you're not on your game. And he'll just be like, you got to keep going. He'll show you little stuff. Obviously, I can go do video with him. All the guys, we do video with our coaches whenever we want. So I'm excited to kind of get things going with Woodsy, and I feel like he's going to be a big step for me in kind of elevating my game.
How much does that help, like kind of already having the familiarity with him from previous years, and now he's kind of taking over in a bigger role? But again, you kind of already have that baseline knowledge of working with him.
Yeah, it helps a lot because it's easier to approach. It's easier to approach him. Obviously, going into a team where you don't really know the coach, it's kind of hard because you have to build that relationship. But obviously, me and Woodsy, we talked a lot last year. I was on the ice with him a lot last year, and even in the summer, I did training sessions with him. And obviously, yeah, he's a great person. He's a great coach, and I'm excited because obviously I know what he's about and I know his mentality, and I'm excited to get going with him. So yeah, and I feel like it's going to be great having him there.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. He's very, very smart. He's good with
Mm-hmm.
you guys. He was the guy, developmental coach with you guys. He's been one of my favorite coaches. I always like
Yeah.
seeing him around. Always he's easy going, as they
Yeah,
could
he's
say,
easy
right?
going. He's a great human being. He's good to be. He's fun to be around every single day at the rink.
Yeah,
That's for sure. Yeah.
he certainly is. So,
Mhm.
you're going in now the first regular season games. First one's going to be against the Peterborough Petes,
Yeah.
of course. Second one against the Niagara Ice Dogs. First one going into Peterborough. I kind of wish it wasn't Peterborough, in my opinion, because of that rink and that arena and those square corners and stuff like
Yeah.
that and whatnot. But you guys must be very excited about that, and I think I mean, to play the Peterborough Petes, especially in the first game, is a big honor, especially to play in
Yeah.
that arena, right? So,
Mhm.
talk about these two games coming up and what you guys have to do to be successful Friday night against Niagara Ice Dogs as well.
Yeah, obviously it's good to kind of get your season started. Obviously tomorrow, especially in Peterborough, where they kind of sell out every night, especially their
Mhm.
home opener. So obviously the rink isn't one of my favorites in particular to all the OHL rinks, that's for sure.
Ah,
But yeah, I'm just excited. Obviously, they struggled a lot this year, and I know they made a lot of moves in the offseason, but I feel like, especially with their kind of rink, it's very key for us to get on their D and really get our just for them to see like what we're about. Like obviously lay some
right.
checks early in the game and all that sort of stuff, and kind of
Mhm.
scare their D off a bit so they can let us get the pucks in the corners, just kind of rough them up. Because obviously I know they got a few skill guys, but they're not really that tough to play against. So it's just trying to bang them up. And then Friday night, obviously Niagara. The last 2 years we've had obviously that little rivalry with them, and I know
Mm.
coming new this year we play them 8 times. So it's very key for us to kind of establish our identity early with them and to see what they're going to be in for the next 8 games. Like if we play hard against them, they're going to back right off. They're one of those teams. So, and it's important to get a goal early on their goalie. He obviously in preseason, he lets off a little bit. So I feel like it's the first 10 minutes of the game will be the most important Friday night, because obviously to get the crowd going, lay some big hits. But I feel like just try to establish
I
our
love it.
grittiness and our offensive ability early on them.
And with these early season games, you talk about Peterborough saying that the crowd's always sold out. You come home, you play the next day. Like, how do you kind of control the emotions? Obviously, there's a lot of energy, a lot of adrenaline going into those games.
Yeah, obviously for me, the biggest thing is get over the first shift, because that's where all the adrenaline and the anxiety kind of builds up, especially for the younger guys going into tomorrow. They haven't played really in a sold out barn before, especially the Peterborough piece where they have really passionate fans. But I feel like just you got to get the first shift out of the way and lay a hit, make a play, and then the rest will be smooth sailing. And they can all start their OHL careers. And obviously me and the other guys can continue it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting year 3 started. And I like the group of guys we have, and I think we can do some great things.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, probably the first 10 minutes is going to be key. The first
Yeah.
10 minutes, keep the crowd out of the game and
Mhm.
whatnot. And you played there lots of times. It seems like every time you kind of keep the crowd quiet over there,
Yeah,
good things are always going to happen, right? And then once you
exactly.
hear the "Go Pete's go," and then I don't know what the heck that thing is. Or Roger, sorry, I shouldn't even say that. Actually, it's after Roger Nielsen, the bear or whatever it is. Hits the thing, boom, boom, boom. Oh
Yeah,
my God, right in front of me too. He comes right up in the booth. Can you believe this? He comes right up because you're right on top of the crowd. He comes right in the booth and he starts going like this.
that's
And
hilarious.
one time I put my hand and I just kind of went, "Excuse me," like that. And he just kind of went, and he went boom, 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 and I was laughing. It was funny, but anyway, I feel the first 10 minutes is very key tomorrow. If you can keep the crowd out
Yeah.
of the game, you're absolutely right, Kieran.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think you guys got a lot to prove this year,
Yeah.
especially like you said with being ranked 20th. In my
Mhm.
opinion, is an absolute. Well, I mean, look at last year. I look at it this way, and I said this to Brendan and other people as well. Kitchener Rangers were ranked to be 20th last year,
Yeah.
right? And, everybody comes out with these preseason polls or whatnot, but this is must be such motivation again
Oh,
for
yeah.
you guys I mean, you guys must be talking about all the time. Oh, really? We're 20th? Because I know if I was playing, I'd be talking about it every time and having it in the back of my mind, right?
Exactly. So yeah, I feel like we have been talking about it, especially the last 2 days since it came out, and we're kind of just like, all right, like if that's what people think we're gonna be, like let's just prove them wrong. And I feel like obviously as a player and seeing that, like it gives you a lot of motivation, and it makes me want to prove a lot of people wrong. So obviously it sucks to be ranked 20th, but I think it's kind of a blessing in disguise that it'll just push our team and motivate our team through the year.
Last question from me. Away from hockey, I know you are a Buffalo Bills fan.
Oh,
So am
I
I.
forgot.
So am
Yeah,
I.
that's
So
good. Yeah.
we got a Cleveland fan over here in Mikey. But what do you feel about the Bills? It's been a good start to the year. They got Thursday night football tomorrow. How do you think the season's going so far?
Obviously, it's unfortunate that I can't watch the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because
Don't even think about that tomorrow. Don't even think about it. I swear to you, if I hear you say anything, on the bus or something like that on the way back, what's the score? I'm not telling you.
Oh yeah, after the game, I'll definitely have the game up on my phone.
Oh wait a minute, yeah, it's gonna be late. What am I saying?
Yeah,
okay,
but
anyway, yeah.
Obviously, it's a good start to be a Buffalo Bills fan. That's for sure. Kind of a lot of the guys we all got together and watched the game where they played the Ravens in Sunday Night Football last week. And obviously, when they went down 15 points with not a lot of time left, I was like, oh no, like just a bad start. But they persevered, and I feel like with Josh Allen at the helm, I think they're the team to beat this year. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about Philly, even Green Bay, but I just think the boys from Buffalo have got it this year. So I'm looking forward to it. And obviously last year we all went to the playoff game against the Ravens. So a lot of the guys are now Bills fans. So hopefully we can get out to another game this year. But yeah, we're all big football guys in the Steelheads room. So we all murmur it, talk about it all the time. So
yeah.
Excited to be a Buffalo Bills fan, excited for the year, and excited
must
for
be
the
nice
year as well.
Yeah,
must be nice.
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
I think this is the year. I do.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah.
I'm laughing because I'm used to watching losing all the time. I'm used to watching losing with Cleveland.
Yeah,
and they're so disgusting to watch.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like I watched maybe like the first 15 minutes and I'm watching the game and they're throwing 3-yard passes, 4-yard passes, 5-yard. Like, come on, let her rip, man. Right. And then I knew it was a matter of time whatever.
Who do you think about their quarterback situation? Who do you think should be their number one guy?
For Cleveland?
For Cleveland, yeah.
I think I'll be honest with you. Like, I love the Browns a lot, but I'm one of those guys that say tank the year, go 0-16 or 17. Yep. And pick up Arch Manning. Get your first pick and get Arch Manning. Yes.
Arch Manning's terrible.
No, he's not. No,
he might stay in college. He might not even go to the NFL.
He's probably going to stay in college, honestly. Yeah. I think he's thrown, like, we watched the Ohio State-Texas game, given it was his first game, so it's hard to judge. I thought he was awful.
Yeah, well, you're playing the number one ranked team in the country. Like, come on, you got to give the
people don't realize is a lot of his. Obviously, he's a great football player, but a lot of it is the name and the hype around the name. Like, obviously, being Eli and Peyton's nephew, it's a lot of pressure, and I don't think he can live up to that. I feel like the wide receiver out of Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith, would be the guy to go number one this year. I think
I like that. Okay,
he's a good player. So
we got 2 first-round picks. So hopefully Jacksonville.
I think you guys got to put Shedeur Sanders as your QB1.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think
you need to fire Stefanski first of all.
Yeah,
he needs to go. He's the weakest link, and I say this all the time. There's a weakest link, and not everybody's two-time coach of the year. I don't know how, but he was. Whatever.
Well, it's not too late to turn over to the bright side and go.
That's right,
Buffalo Bills. So
I don't mind the Bills. I don't mind the Bills at all.
If you like exciting football and winning, you should be a Bills fan.
Yeah, I love Josh Allen. Did you know that the Browns could have had Josh Allen? Just to let you know.
I know. Well,
a lot of teams.
And then they passed on him for Baker Mayfield. Now look at Baker Mayfield.
Look at Baker last night or 2 days
smart
ago.
Organization. Very smart. Very smart. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right, Kieran.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much for coming on. The podcast, of course, and looking forward to seeing you, of course, tomorrow night, and looking forward to seeing you Friday night. But best of luck this year, and you're going to have a big year. I know it. Just keep working hard.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. Have a great night, and then I'll see you guys. Mikey, I'll see you tomorrow. Brendan, I'll see you both on Friday. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, have a good one,
See you
guys.
then.
All right.
Have a good one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. That's Kieran Witkowski of the Brampton Steelheads. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with more of Trout Talk right here at Saga 960 AM. Welcome back to Trout Talk right here in Saga 960 AM. That was Kieran Witkowski, who we just talked to, the third-year forward of the Brampton Steelheads. And boy, you could put a big smile on his face. Seems like more confident this year. He really loves his Bills. He loved to talk about his Bills for about 5 minutes there. And as a Browns fan, listen to this, and made me sick, kind of, in a good way, because we stink and the Buffalo Bills are good. That's what I'm trying to say. But Kieran, in for a big year this year, Brendan. I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it.
Yeah, he really is. And I mean, he's going to have an expanded role, and he's going to be a guy who's really relied upon. I mean, if you look at probably the three names up front that are going to be kind of the featured guys offensively, like Gabe Sherratt, Kieran Witkowski, and Mason Zabeski. I mean, those are going to be the guys that are going to be relied upon. So obviously with Kieran in there, it's going to be a big opportunity for him to really show that offseason work. I mean, you said it at the beginning when we started talking to him that he wanted to get faster. Like you said, I didn't know it was possible, but he said that he can already feel the difference. So I'm really excited to see what it looks like.
Yeah, like I liked what he said too. I kind of played a little bit stiff last year and playing a little bit more loose, and we kind of saw that maybe a little bit the past couple of years with Kieran Witkowski. He had that chance, if he would receive that first pass, to really do some damage, and it seemed like he was really tight, and he would not be able to control it. And how he says he's looser this year, I think we're going to see that where he's able to receive that first pass and be able to transition and make another pass or go to the net or whatnot, because he's got a real heavy shot too. So if he's able to get that heavy shot through, this kid's got a lot to prove too. He's going to be, probably, if he has a good year this year, he'll re-enter the NHL draft, which I thought he got snubbed last year, but he'll be back in it this year most likely if he has a good year.
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure he will be. Like you said, possibly that he got snubbed last year. I do think that he likely will be in it this year, especially with the role he's going to play. And when you talk to them, it's always the same kind of thing. Like, of course, the draft is always going to be in your mind. I mean, there's no way that it couldn't be, especially because we were playing junior hockey to get to the next level. Like, I mean, it's understandable that that's what it is. But I feel like with a winning product, that also comes with more people watching you, and it comes with more people kind of seeing how your game fits in that. So I feel like, yes, the draft is always there, but these guys are really focused on playing well this year and playing in the system that James Richmond has laid out for them. And again, we've said this many times, but I feel like James Richmond does a really good job when he has sort of newer players, younger teams. We've seen this time and time again where he can really mold them into the system that he wants. And we've seen a lot of success in those. So I would expect this year to be no different.
Definitely agree with you on that. Just to let everybody know as well, you can listen to Trout Talk every Sunday right here in Saga 960 AM, 1 to 2 p.m. most of the time, unless there's a weird Sunday game. And stay tuned to your local listings. Say Saginaw, it's a 5:30 game, you can listen to us at 4:30 to 5:30. So in Saginaw kind of thing, there'll be some weird start times coming up. But yeah, I totally agree. And with this team, I really do feel this team is underrated in a lot of sense. And we talked about, Kieran talked about being in the ranked last in the OHL from OHL commentators, which, hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion and whatnot, but I don't think so. All right. On that, me and Brendan and I, we're just going to go Eastern Conference here. So we're going to pick our top 10, 1 to 10, who we think is going to be, who's going to be number 1, who's going to be number 10, who's going to make the playoffs. But you know what, Brendan? Before you're going to go first, because I went first last year,
okay.
as I remember. And as I remember last year, our picks weren't too good. So we'll try this again. But before you get to your picks, I'll say this. We talked about this. It was hard to do this in the Eastern Conference this year. It was hard. And I feel the East is wide open. So, Brendan, The floor is yours, my friend. 1 to 10. Where do you
Okay,
want to start? You want to start at 1 or you want to start
yeah,
at 10?
yeah. We'll start at 1. We'll start at the top.
Okay.
I think that's where we'll go. I'm with you though. I think there's one team that's clearly at the top, and I think that's the Brantford Bulldogs at number 1. We'll just kind of quickly run through this list here, but I do think that that's kind of the consensus pick, and I feel like that's correct in saying that they'll be at number 1. But past number 1, I think this conference is completely wide open. I think there's a lot of good teams and a lot of teams that are kind of in the middle, and we don't really know exactly what direction they're going to be going in. So I have Brantford 1. I do have Barrie at number 2. I still think with the with their offensive ability, they always seem to have good goaltending. I do think that with Cole Beaudoin, of course, coming back, I think he's big. Of course, Brad Gardner there as well. So I like Barrie. Aitchison as well, yes, coming back too, yes. I like Niagara in number 3. The offense there, I think they're going to put up a ton of scoring. I like Niagara there. Kingston, number 4. North Bay, number 5. Then I've got Brampton at number 6 here, as Mikey's reactions are very, very wild. And then I have Oshawa at number 7, Sudbury at number 8, and then Peterborough and Ottawa at 9, 10.
Ooh. We almost had with my reactions, ladies and gentlemen, were like that because we did not talk before about who we're picking top 10. And you almost had the same as me. So this is why I'm like, what's going on here? Okay. All right, so quickly. The obvious consensus, Brantford number 1. On paper right now, they look good. My question is, only thing with the Brantford Bulldogs, are they going to be able to mesh on the ice, right?
Yep.
They have Ben Ack, they have Jake O'Brien, Van Acker's coming back. They got a lot of good players. So we'll see if they can do it on the back end, defensively. But I still got them at number 1. After that, here we go. So I'm with you at Barrie at number 2. And again, folks, we did not talk about this. So Barrie, I got number 2. Yeah, they got Aitchison coming back. They got good goaltending, Ben Horebic. I think he's going to be really good for them this year. He's ready to step up and take the role from Sam Hillebrand from last year. They got a lot of players coming back. They just picked up Crombie from Brantford. I thought that was a really sneaky pickup, and Brad Gardner as well, as you're saying. And it's tough. So I got Barrie at number 2. All right. So number 3, I have the Niagara Ice Dogs. I do. Yeah, I do as well. So I have them up there. They got tons of scoring power. Kevin He, Robrick, who should be a top 10 draft pick. Yeah, they got Zada up there as well. They got a lot of scoring power. Now, their question mark is going to be on the back end as well. Goaltending, I think, is a big question mark for the Niagara Ice Dogs as well. With Humphreys and their import pick, we'll see if they're going to be able to do the job. I got them at 3. Kingston, I got at 4. The Kingston Frontenacs. I don't know. I'm just going to say, I don't know. I mean, it was tough after this. Kingston, they're going to have some returning players too. They're going to kind of have a veteran team as well. I got them at 4. At 5, I got North Bay as well at 5. You can never count out North Bay. I mean, they got a good young team. Moses is coming back. I think this is a team that's might be ready to take that next step because they were very young last year, and especially with Coach Ryan Olahan, and he's one of the best at developing in the OHL. So in developing, putting a team together, and they got good goaltending with Mike McIver as well.
Really
not to
good,
forget.
yeah.
So I got them at 5. I got Brampton at 6 as well, and the reason why, I mean, the back end is. We've talked about it before. The back end is absolutely solid. Good goaltending, scoring. I think it's going to come. I really do. So I really, really feel Brampton at 6. I got Peterborough at 7, though. I really think the Peterborough Petes are going to sneak in at 7. They got some good players as well. They got some tough luck right now, though, with Lucas Carmiris being out of the lineup and whatnot. But they got Novotny from the import draft, who's supposedly supposed to be a top 10 draft pick as well. They got Brady McCallum up there. They got some good players, but again, their big question mark is on the back end. And again, this is where the Steelheads, in my opinion, are gonna really show. I got Oshawa in eighth. I think they're gonna sneak in there. I do. They always seem to, but I do think they're gonna sell at the deadline, maybe even before that, because they're probably gonna have Seneca and Danford coming
Yeah.
back. So they have no draft picks in the draft cover because they went for it last year and losing again to the London Knights, which was unfortunate. But yeah, I have them in eighth. I have the Ottawa 67s, who, in my mind, they're still in rebuild, big time rebuild mode. And I got 10 to Sudbury Wolves. I think the Wolves are going to be in last, only because they got three good players, right? They got Villeneuve, they got Kieran Walton, and they got Alex Ferron. That's their top three guys, right? And they have no draft picks in the draft cupboard. If I mean, in my mind, they're probably going to sell two and
Yeah.
probably going to rebuild more for next year. So there's my top 10. Not too far off from yours.
Pretty similar. So the top six we had exactly the same.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've got Oshawa a little bit higher than you. Now Peterborough, I think that might be a miss on my part. I might just be thinking about the last couple of years too much into this. Maybe they do kind of squeak in there, but I have them at 9. So I mean, it's possible that they could get in there. But yeah, no, I was going to say I think we're pretty confident in my picks. But then again, last year it was horrendous. So
I wasn't confident in my picks last year too.
No, you weren't. Okay.
No, not really. No.
Okay. See, this year it's funny that we're more confident this year because it's very difficult to pick this, just because I think there's a lot of teams that are very similar skill wise in the East, but we'll see how it pans out. Again, these are just predictions, so we'll have to see once the skates hit the ice. We'll have to see how it actually formulates.
What does Chris Berman say? That's why they play the games.
That's
and
right.
I always say that all the time, folks. And I tell you what, right now, Annie, don't doubt the Trout this year. All these people that are picking them to not do well, I'll tell you something. You're going to be in for a big, big surprise, in my opinion. Not just saying this because I'm a Brampton Steelheads broadcaster or whatnot. I'm not being a super fan or whatnot. If I did think the Brampton Steelheads weren't going to make the playoffs, I'd say it.
Yeah,
I would say it. But they're going to, and they're gonna turn a lot of heads. They're gonna turn a lot of heads this year. They really are.
No, I mean I agree with you. I see them. I mean, we both picked them to be in 6th place. I think I think they're going to be comfortably in the playoffs. I really do. I don't think they're going to be. I mean, they'll be battling for a playoff spot for a lot of the season, but I do believe that they'll by the end of the year comfortably be in there, and they'll get a tough matchup. Anyone they play against, it's always going to be a tough matchup in the postseason, but long ways away from that. I do think, though, that they are a playoff team just because, as you've mentioned, I think I think a lot of people might be selling the decor short just because there's a lot of names in there that maybe people don't know about. Like Peter Green, who we talked to, I think he's going to have a big impact because he is a rookie, but not really. He has the experience. And then you have guys like Dragusico, who I think is primed for a really big year after missing last year to injury. Of course, Parker Von Richter, he's been good for a long time. He's going to be solid back there. Fibbiger, a lot of these names. Zach Nyman, once he's healthy. Peter Green, there's just so many guys in there. So I do think they're going to be strong defensively. A name we haven't even mentioned, I don't think in any of our episodes, is Owen Cartwright. He's another guy, too, that's in the mix as well. So, there's a lot of guys there. The goaltending, I think, is going to be solid with Bowen. Really, to me, it's just the offense that you're going to have questions about with Brampton. But you know what? We talked about it. There's going to be guys that need to step up, like Witkowski, like Zabeski, like Sherrod, and I have pretty good faith in those guys that they will.
I do too. And Kieran Witkowski mentioned as well. This is a different team. Everybody says it's going to be hard-nosed team, hard team to play against. And you look at players like Kieran Witkowski getting bigger, stronger, and he likes to get in your face. So does Mason Zabeski up front. So does Gabe Sherratt, right? We haven't even talked about Manny Amato. Maybe Manny Amato. Right. This might be a year for him to break out. And Keaton Ardaugh as well. A guy a rookie up there. So they got some players. They got some players up there that can do some damage. So we'll see what happens. It's all going to come to fruition soon, and I can't wait for the season to start, folks. And we hope you can't wait as well, just as much as we can. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning into Trout Talk, episode 5. here on Saga 960 AM. So for Brendan Lang, my name is Mike Karafilids, and we are the official podcast of the Brampton Steelheads, and we will talk to you next time. Have a great day, everybody.